And Power Hour is here. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with Technical Solutions. Hope that you guys are all having an amazing Friday. I know we did. At least our LPP team definitely prepared for this. As many of you guys could see, again, I'm right around $3,900 on the day. Not a very significant day. Not afraid to take advantage of an opportunity, but I've been playing it very safe. I announced it to my LPP team again today with these intraday plays. We have one really big focus. Don't hold any positions over the weekend. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not that markets can't sell off more. That can definitely happen, but there's no way to manage or mitigate risk. What has been the common trend for the market for the past 3 to 4 weeks, even during this whole Iran thing? Markets sell off, and then Trump sends out a tweet and then causes them to recover, right? Anytime we sell off, we sharply recover. We sell off, we recover. We sell off, we recover. Markets technically are oversold, and trust me, don't get me wrong, I would love to see markets go lower. I would love to buy Microsoft, Meta, Nvidia, Google, very valuable companies at a much better deal. I think that we can all agree on that. I hope that you're not trying to use this time to take advantage of bullshit companies that don't turn a profit, right? Let's keep our eye on the prize. No question, most money is made when you invest during a downturn into good quality companies. Don't confuse it with buying the dip on bullshit companies that were bullshit before the markets even sold off, right? Two very different things. With that being said, the risk to reward doesn't really make sense to carry shorts over the weekend or overnight, knowing how oversold they are. If they're worth the risk for you, all power to you. I'm choosing to play it safe, which is why I'm deciding to take profits. But again, knowing that the common pattern has been markets will always find an excuse on why to recover. Again, markets have been incredibly bullish over a long period of time. It really does look like we're beginning to curl on over, but I would rather be someone that waits for confirmation that rather than someone that enters early and then ends up regretting it if markets form a V-shaped recovery. All the U.S. needs to say is that the Iran war is over, right? What if the attacks do stop? Not saying that they will, but that's all Trump has been tweeting, that supposedly it's over and then markets recover. Although we all know that it's not actually true. I mean, again, today alone, over $1 trillion has been erased from the stock market since the open. Now, why did this happen? Well, it fell because as the U.S. announced 2,500 additional Marines are to be deployed into the Middle East. But wait, I thought that the war was over. Why are we deploying more men on the ground? Again, just doesn't make sense. This is also a very scary part. The 10-year note yield is up 45 basis points in 3 weeks. I want to remind you that the 10-year treasury is a benchmark for mortgages. This will it would only make homeownership more expensive if the 10-year treasury continues to go up. If April 2025 taught us anything, it's that President Trump does not want the 10-year yield above 4.5. So will this pressure Trump to just pull out of the war? Because how needed it is for us to stay below that magic number. And again, the 10-year treasury is currently at 4.39%. The market has seen a 50% chance of a rate hike by the end of 2026. But just a month ago, there were many as of 4 possible rate cuts by the end of this year. As oil prices surge to $100 a barrel, inflation expectations are rapidly rising, with gas prices up nearly 50% in 4 months. I'm sure many of you guys have seen that as gas prices have gone up. Again, it's making it very expensive for people like you and I and businesses to borrow money. This is killing airlines, right? In fact, the 10-year treasury yield is up 40 basis points, right? We talked about that already. All while European Central Bank is now expected to hike interest rates twice this year. So now we're seeing a change of sentiment. We went from expecting rate cuts, which is bullish for the market, to now possibly expecting rate hikes to slow down the economy because the concern of inflation. Now, again, don't get me wrong. I want to make sure that I keep the eye on the prize. Performance in 2026, good quality companies, Nvidia, Apple, Alphabet, which is known as Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Meta. I don't care for Tesla, but if you do, I don't care for Tesla as an investment. I still think Tesla is incredibly overvalued based off of current valuation, but obviously it's part of the Max 7. Nvidia, Apple, Alphabet, Microsoft, Amazon, Meta. These companies are down a pretty significant amount, especially Microsoft. They're very valuable companies. So again, what can you do during a moment like this? I wanted to ask you, would you like me to make a full detailed video that breaks down how I would go about investing as markets are selling off? Because that's one of my favorite times to invest, but I do it in a way that doesn't over leverage myself And also, I do it in a way that are in increments. So if you would like me to make that video, all I literally ask you to do is drop a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And it's pretty unfortunate that during an uncertain time, again, Trump resorts to insults. Now, again, pay attention to this. You can see how like when it rains, it pours in this market, but then how quickly the sentiment changes. All of a sudden, when Trump sent out a tweet, supposedly that, no, we got this all figured out, the war is pretty much over, markets will go back to being irrational. Pay attention to this. Be aware of not just, what opportunities are presenting themselves intraday, because again, it definitely made sense to short today or to stay cash if you don't feel comfortable shorting. But on the larger time frame, markets are oversold. And although direction is in favor intraday as of right now for the bears, remember, I love shorting. I'm all for that. But understand when it makes sense to short aggressively and when it maybe makes more sense to be cautious. Markets being this oversold, it's not that we can't continue to sell off. It's just that the risk might be too great to carry those positions overnight. I can still choose to short all within the date, right? And I can manage and mitigate my risk accordingly. But if markets begin to recover, I can't manage that risk if I carry that position overnight. That is why I say on the larger time frame, it doesn't make much sense to short overnight due to the risk of markets potentially recovering. That's just the way that I see it. If you want to short and you want to carry those shorts overnight, be my guest. I'm just making you aware, especially for beginners, to understand when it makes sense to step on the gas and maybe when to be more careful, right? Lighter with the position size and more intentional of maybe not carrying them overnight. So again, wanted to talk about both sides, the bull case, the bear case, but also wanted to talk about the opportunities. That is, big quality and valuable companies are down right now. They could sell off even more, but if they do begin to recover and markets do recover from this, as they often tend to, what the light at the end of the tunnel might look like, right? I would love to make that video for you guys. You guys let me know. And again, I've told you guys before, I work with one team and one team only. I offer nothing else. It's my Learn Plan Profit team. They get access to the A to Z video lesson library designed for beginners, our daily live trading session, and the private group chat. The biggest thing is you get to watch me trade live every day. So ask yourself, would having access every morning at market open to our live trading sessions be something that you actually value? If so, click that second link down in the description. We have a discount link there for you, and it's a current sale that's going on. So again, sign up and you can watch me trade live as soon as Monday once the market's open. So again, I appreciate you guys' time. I hope that we're in the thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.